Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and this is another Let's Pixel video. So I'm trying to do one of these, basically one of these a day. And I'm doing just a whole bunch of pixel art for Grain War. Now, uh, the pixel art might not necessarily fit in Grain War. I just need to do some pixel art, and then I can kind of change colors or lighting or whatever I need to do to make sure that it fits in the game. So if it doesn't fit perfectly, don't worry too much about it. I'm doing this mostly just for fun, to show you guys kind of what I go through when I'm doing pixel art. Now this time, you guys are going to be so excited because we're going to be pixeling a boulder. I know, right? Rocks. Super exciting. But here's the thing, a lot of games have rocks, and a lot of people don't know how to draw rocks or do rock art, because rocks, I mean, they just try and do this round thing, and it doesn't usually work out that way. So I'm going to show you guys some tricks for doing rocks, and I'm actually going to make this 48 by 48. That looks pretty good. So the first thing you need to know about doing rocks is that if you're doing any sort of a large rock, rocks aren't round. Most of them anyways. The interesting ones aren't. So I'm going to grab, well, let's see. I'm going to grab kind of an orange color. A darker orange color. And we're going to draw a rock, and I'm going to grab the line thing, and this is not going to be a round rock. I'm going to draw a line going that way, a line down this way, a line coming back this way, and then coming down like this. And I'm going to give myself some reference lines too, like right here, 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 like that. And then I'm going to take this line right here and bring it out this direction, up to here, over to here, down to here, straight across like this. And you might have just heard my Skype a little bit, but come that direction. Okay, so we've got this nice boulder. And here's the biggest thing you should remember with rocks, and that is that rocks have kind of faces on them like this, surfaces like this. So if you're going to want to do kind of see it in the shape of a surface like that. So I've got that side. I'm going to go with a little bit of a lighter color right here. Put that there. And then I'm going to go with another lighter color right here. And then the brightest color I'm going to do on the top. And that's a pretty good start to our boulder here. But we're going to want to add some more stuff to it. First of all, we're going to want to take out these kind of dark reference lines that I have. If that's your style, that's great. You could actually go with that style, but my style doesn't have an outline in it. So I want to take these out, get it down just to the colors that I have. And let's put that color there and use this one here. And this isn't anything special. Might clean up your lines a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. But now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add a little bit more kind of detail into the rock. So let's imagine that there's some kind of something coming up right here in the rock like that kind of breaks it up a little bit, and this might come over a little bit more like that. this over here might have some similar shading that's right here. So I'm going to grab some of this color and bring it right down here. And add a little bit right up here actually. And we just, all I'm doing here is I'm just adding some of the, kind of giving it some shape. So every time I add a new little layer like this, I'm giving it some shape in different areas where I want it to have some shape. These are kind of like the shadows to it. But it is so important that you understand. The biggest thing that I hope you take away from this video is that rocks are not always round, and most of the time the interesting ones are not round. So just remember that, and hopefully that will help you when you need to put some rocks in your game. And so I'm going to add actually a little bit down here, because sometimes what happens, this is an interesting thing that happens in nature, is when you have something that's on the ground, the shadow next to the ground actually lightens because the light comes down. Let's say this is the light comes down from the sky, boom, hits the ground and bounces back up and hits the rock on the bottom right there. And so you get actually a lighter color down lower sometimes. So a lot of the time it looks kind of good to put a lighter color on the very bottom like this. You don't want to get carried away with it. I might have gotten a little carried away with it, but that's something that you should be aware of, because it can be useful to know that. So I'm going to add a little bit more of a shape right here. And just so you know, I am doing this from life. Or not from life. I wish I had a boulder this big in my house. That'd be so cool. I don't know how much my wife would appreciate that, but I'm doing this from an image is what I meant to say. So I've got an image up that I'm kind of looking at, and if you type in Boulder in Google Images, you might find my reference. So okay, so there is a nice big boulder, and one thing that I would probably do to this boulder, just looking at it, is the contrast level is pretty low. So I would add quite a bit more contrast to this, because it needs to, it'll just help it look a little bit heavier when there's more contrast to it like that. So I'm thinking I can put a little bit of a shadow right here as well. Dang it. I accidentally hit undo. So maybe since this is out, it actually gets a little bit of light like that top bright color there. It's a little shelf coming off of it. And I'm going to add a little bit of light right here as well. So there you go. That is a boulder, and it may not be the best boulder in the world, but it's not too shabby. And hopefully this video helped you guys, and that you were able to learn something more about drawing rocks, whether it's pixel art or real painting or whatever. That's a really important thing. They're not square. Draw out your faces like I did at the start, and then give it some basic colors, and then add some details and some little things around it, and your boulder will look just as awesome as mine. And when people are playing your game, they're going to go up to your boulder and they're going to be like, man, that's a good looking boulder. So thank you guys for watching. Like and favorite this video if it helped you, and I will talk to you guys later.